Gloves. That's what we're looking at here today. Welcome everyone to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I'm your host, Aaron, and we're looking at the Mechanix cold weather wind resistant gloves. These have been on my radar for a long time. I love Mechanix gloves, particularly like going to the range and that type of thing. I really dig what they have to offer in that capacity with those lightweight tactical style gloves, giving you lots of good dexterity. So I wanted to see what their cold weather options were. And we're out here today in the Rocky Mountains. It's about 25 degrees out. Wind is definitely blowing, and have had a really good chance to kind of get a good feel for these. And I just want to give you my thoughts, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and help you decide if these Mechanix gloves, these cold weather Mechanix gloves, are going to be a good purchase for you. First thing right out of the gate is that these will run you about 20 bucks over on Amazon. I will have links in the description below over to Amazon. When you guys use those hyperlinks, it always helps us get out there, purchase gear just like what you see right here, and then give you guys full, honest, comprehensive reviews and content so that you guys can decide whether or not it's worth throwing down your hard-earned money. So I appreciate when you guys use those Amazon hyperlinks. So the first thing is that these were originally gifted to me. I usually wear size large in almost every glove that I ever own, including old Mechanix gloves that I've had in the past. And I don't know what's going on with their sizing, but this is now the second time that this has happened, that the larges were way too big for me. So I had to go out and get a second pair and get mediums. So these are medium size. So whatever you normally would get if you don't regularly wear Mechanix gloves, I would definitely go one size down, and that will probably be a better fit for you. So that was the first thing that I was a little frustrated with and a little disappointed in, is that in the last year or two, and I did have another pair of Mechanix gloves that was kind of like this, that their sizes have gone up some, and so larges are really, in my mind, more like extra larges, and this medium is more like a large in my opinion. So some really cool aspects to the gloves is that the index finger and the thumb have that ability to touch your phone and be able to swipe, move around, hit your different icons. When you're running cameras like the GoPros that I'm shooting on right now, that's a huge plus. You're not constantly having to take your gloves on and off if you are using electronics, so that's a huge plus. And they've done a great job giving you really good grip on the insides of the palms, so they're not slick. Because these are, a synthetic material, so they're not going to want to slide off. It's kind of rubberized and really nice and grippy. So the grip that you're going to have on tools or gear that you may be having to work with is going to be great. The other aspect is the nice above Velcro straps that seem to work really well and really hug your wrists very nicely, so that wind and snow isn't going to get stuck down underneath there, and they can either be cinched down on top of your coat or be able to be cinched down and then your coat go over it. So it gives you some options there as well, and it's not just like an open collared glove, that maybe snow and wind would fly under and then get into your hands. Temperature wise, here at about 25 degrees where we're at, these are working really well. They're not going to soak through immediately. We're working with snow today a lot. If I just sat them in the snow and just let them sit there, for quite a while, they would start to retain some moisture, but they are somewhat water resistant. I wouldn't say they're waterproof by any means. So if you submerged them in water or something like that, you'd be in big trouble. But, for just some snow blowing on them or, digging around in it, I think they're fine and they're going to work really well. They are definitely wind resistant. We were out by the car and the wind was definitely gusting in, and I didn't feel any sort of wind cutting in and getting into the gloves. So they are definitely keeping my hands warm for the environment that we're in today. I would say the one big drawback for me is the dexterity. The dexterity is not great with these. They feel kind of stiff. Over a long period of time, they may flex a little bit, but like my leather insulated gloves that I own from many different companies, just a lot of them I just get at hardware stores and stuff, seem to have a little bit better dexterity. That would be my only critique with this. Like, I would not be able to shoot firearms with this. If I had to do lots of, fine motor skill type of activities, they just don't offer that much dexterity to me. So I would say for, inexpensive synthetic gloves, they're definitely going to block the wind. They're definitely going to help in cold weather environments, and they do have some good grip to them, as well as some good features at that good price point, but you're just not going to get a lot of dexterity. So that's the trade-off compared to other items that may be out there. And if you're doing a lot of like camping and working with fire and hot material, that is something I always want to help you to consider is, are synthetic gloves the best choice? Leather gloves are obviously going to handle that type of stuff much better. They're not going to melt. They're going to be able to handle heat a lot better than, say, synthetic gloves. So it's kind of a 50-50. I would say for me personally, these would probably be best for those of you who are doing just like day hikes, or you're doing like snowshoeing and you just want some inexpensive, warmer gloves, but you're not going to be working with fire, you're not going to be working with hot materials around campsites and that type of thing. I think that's really where these are going to be fitting best in a system of use. So thank you so much for coming over today. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Hope this video has helped you out decide whether or not these are going to be the right gloves to purchase and use in your cold weather systems. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.